before, after.
Welcome back to Starting Point. Owning a home is the American dream for a lot of people, but what happens when that dream comes crashing down? Teresa Fusco bought a condo 3 years ago in Reading, Pennsylvania, but last year her building's owner went into foreclosure and said the whole complex, sold the whole complex to a company that turned the condos into rentals. So now this new owner gained the majority of voting rights. So Fusco and other condo owners were given an option. Either you pay rent for the property on top of your mortgage payments or see ya, move out. Fusco had to leave her home, and the process has left her really in financial ruin. And she joins me along with New York real estate attorney Adam Leitman Bailey. We want to just be clear, you're not Fusco's attorney, but you have, some knowledge of the situation. So we're going to ask you some questions here in just a moment. But Teresa, just to you, I mean, this was your apartment. You're forced to sell. How in the world does this happen to someone? How angry are you over this?
I'm pretty darn angry that I wrote letters from everyone from the governor straight down to the representative Judith Schrank, who represents our area, trying to get some help. Chase Mortgage Company doesn't want to help me.
You had no heads up. This just up and happened to you.
Yes, I paid my mortgage on time, my taxes, I have a deed to my home, I paid my common charges, and when we were told that our common charges were going to go up 100%, I was ready to pay that extra 100%, up to $464, I believe. I was ready. I took on another job on Saturdays teaching quilting at a local quilt shop. Okay. So that I could cover that extra money.
Okay, so Teresa, just stand by because I just want to understand and try to wrap my head around. I know that our panelists were wondering the same thing in commercial break. How in the world, Adam, can this even happen?
This is legal.
This is legal.
She bought a newly constructed property. There was no one living there. So she put a dot on a map. Only 10 people or 11 people bought it out of 97 units. So then they couldn't sell the others. Who's going to pay the utilities? Who's going to pay the maintenance? They did a bulk sale where one developer bought all the rest of the units. What's hot right now? What's the way to make money? The best place to make money in the world? It's investment properties, because the rental market's going through the roof. This developer did that, and it leaves Teresa stuck. Why is she stuck? Because they could force her to sell her property at an appraised price. So she's forced to sell, but the appraised price she could have got the day before the developer bought all of the units is much different than the appraised price now. So if she would have sold the day before the developer bought it, she probably would have done well, paid off her mortgage, maybe made some money and bought another home. Now she's stuck. It's almost worth nothing. She's going to get very little, and now she's going to ruin her credit. She could ruin her credit and have trouble.
Does this make sense to you?
No. Vaguely, but what advice do you have then for someone that is renting? Like, if this could, you said it's legal, this could happen to them. What do you tell someone that is going through a similar situation?
Well, first of all, I don't ever recommend someone be the first person in a large complex to buy a new construction.
Really?
I want to make sure, and most banks will not lend until it's 50% in contract. I want to see proof that a lot of people have bought, that I'm not the only one in there, number one.
So that's a safeguard.
Safeguard. You buy, even if it's the worst house in the best block, great, number one. Number two, make sure you're not the first one buying in. If only 11 people bought in, that's a problem to begin with.
Should she have known to sell early? Is there any way she could have known to get out before the developer purchased the building out of bankruptcy?
And she did know that this was heading that direction. She should have sold that day if she could have. It would have been tough because the word's on the street. The great thing about real estate is insider trading is illegal in the stock market. It's celebrated in real estate.
Let me jump in because we, of course, did our due diligence at CNN. I know I see you shaking your head, Margaret Hoover. We did our due diligence. We reached out, Teresa, to this, group who owns this condo building. They didn't get back to us, but we do have a statement from the attorney. This is from Metropolitan Management Group. Quote, everybody has a misconception this is an individual. These are businesses and entities that are acting in concert with the law. This is the Metropolitan Management Group attorney. Teresa, where does this leave you?
I'd like to say something. I'd like to say something about that entity. Businesses are all the same person and his wife and his secretary, because I looked into it. I looked into Hoya and water polo, and it was all his family and his secretary.
Where are you now, Teresa? Where are you now? Are you living in some other apartment?
I rent a house. Actually, a friend of a friend of a friend let me live in their house in Minersville, Pennsylvania, and I do pay rent, yes.
Okay.
Anyone else?
It's an hour from where I was.
Teresa, is there anyone else that was in that condo building that is in your same situation?
She was one of 11, I believe.
Most people... most people, I would say, are in worse situations. I had put $22,000 down on my place, so I had really cut into it where I didn't owe as much as other people. There is one person who owns it outright.
Can I give her some advice?
Go for it.
And all of us, please.
Okay, good. This is okay. First of all, we already went through what already happened. Now she's going to deal with what does she do today? She can get a short sale guaranteed. Every bank's going to see this situation where they're not going to make money in this deal no matter what. So she needs to be aggressive and get a short sale with the bank. Secondly, because this is unusual circumstances, she needs to save her credit. So she's already hired an attorney. The attorney needs to fight like hell to make sure that her credit's saved, and that can be done. Then she's going to rent for a while. Her credit's safe. She's going to build up her equity again, save her money, and then try this again. So this isn't the end of the world. Now, if she possibly could hold on and wait for this for a year to go by and still stay in a unit, because a foreclosure takes a long time. In New York, 23 months. In Pennsylvania, 6 to 12 months. She gets an attorney. Could be longer. But if she can stay there a long time, she may be able to rent out this unit and pay all the expenses anyway. So it's a matter of fighting for the short sale, or delay is a winner and allows her to actually rent it out and then make money again. So this is America, and she may still have her dream.
Adam Leitman Bailey, some pretty decent advice. She laughs. I hope it's positive laughter, and I know it's frustrating, and I hear your anger, but best of luck to you, truly, Teresa. Best of luck to you, and Adam Leitman Bailey, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me.
Oof, tough situation.
Thank you very much.